Ave Maria. On April 23rd, our pilgrimage group visited two important historical sites in the history of Catholicism in Japan. The Unzen Hills Hot Springs and Hara Castle, the site of the Shimabara rebellion. At the Unzen Hills, Catholics were martyred by being boiled to death in the hot water, and in other ways as well. At the Shimabara rebellion, 37,000 Catholics were slaughtered by the samurai soldiers who surrounded them after they had starved them to the point of weakness. Here at the Unzen Hot Springs, as you can see the boiling hot water from the natural hot springs that are located here, many were scalded to death. One such martyr is St. Paul Uchibori, whose story is very edifying for his love of our Lord in the Blessed Sacrament. This account, taken from the Unzen Hill martyrs, the first martyrdom at Unzen Hill, is the story of St. Paul Uchibori by Luke O'Hara. At dawn on February 28, 1627, Paul Uchibori and 15 others were taken out of Matsukura's dungeon to start their climb out Mount Unzen. Along the way they sang hymns and recited the creed, and when their guards stopped to rest, they knelt, made an act of contrition, and prayed a rosary. Finally, after singing another hymn, they arrived at the hell where they were to die. There the guards tied ropes around their necks for dunking them, as if they were not human beings, but the merest meat for boiling. The first to die jumped into the boiling sulfur water on the executioner's command. Paul admonished the others to wait for Matsukura's men to do the killing. Faithful Catholics, he reminded them, must not kill themselves. He kept on encouraging and guiding his fellow Catholics through their martyrdoms, guiding them heavenward, which infuriated Matsukura's executioners. So they saved Paul for the last and most cruelest execution. They hung him upside down by his feet and dunked him head first, yanking him out to see the results. He sang out, "Praise be the most blessed sacrament." They dunked him again, maybe expecting better results this time, and pulled him out a second time. Again he prayed, "Praise be the most blessed sacrament." No whining, no squirming, no surrender to the shogun, only praise for the conqueror of death, until they plunged him in a third time for good. This was the stuff of which St. Francis Xavier had exulted on his first arriving in Japan on the Feast of the Assumption of 1549. Here was the good earth that bore fruit 100-fold. 11 years later, Paul's prayer would crown the flag of rebellion that would fly over Hara Castle, where 37,000 Catholics would shed their blood for Christ. It had long been the flag of the confraternity of the Blessed Sacrament. Those words of praise, joy, and victory would soar over the Shimabara martyr's final battleground while the shogun's horde stamped out his fury. Words that cannot be erased or silenced, singing through Japan's buried centuries of darkness. Words flying high and ringing still. Praise be the most blessed sacrament. We dare not shut our eyes nor stop our ears. The other most important place we visited on Sunday, April 23rd, was the statue of Our Lady in the area of the Shimabara rebellion, as I said, where 30,000 Catholics were martyred, slaughtered by the samurai who surrounded them for months until they finally could not fight because they were so weakened from being starved to almost death. Nearby is this statue that a man has been carving for 40 years. He began when the visit of St. John Paul II to Japan inspired him to want to carve this statue in honor of Our Lady, the Blessed Virgin Mary, in memory of the Shimabara martyrs. What an amazing sight it was to walk in and see this over 30-foot tall statue. It is massive, as you can see. We look like tiny little ants at the feet of this statue, which is the largest wooden statue in the world. There we sang the litany to Our Lady in this big cavernous building that holds this statue of Our Lady. There we prayed for Japan, for the increase of the faith of Japan, and we prayed for all those who've asked us to pray for them on this pilgrimage. The men were so gracious to us there, just beautiful souls, so happy to see us there, and were very gracious to us, as all the people have been so gracious to us on this trip. So I wanted to just share with you this amazing sight of devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary. The sculptor truly captured a beautiful image of Our Lady. As you look up at Our Lady, it just fills you with great love and devotion. Ave Maria.